Hey guys, welcome back to the Becoming series, exploring the deep truths and the principles that will enable you become everything you were created to be and to do. So, do it out of love. What does that mean? So, I was eating something. So, do it out of love. So, it calls to mind for those of you who um, were around in the early 2000s, right, or the last decade of the 90s. And if you were a pop music fan, you remember this group called the Backstreet Boys, right? That were really popular back in the day. And that is a song called "Show Me the Meaning of Being Lonely." I used to I used to want to be a I used to want to aspire to be a singer. I thought I was going to be a singer actually. I thought that was going to be my calling, but I was wrong. Okay. But I actually did like singing a lot, and I still do like singing. So I used to follow, some of these artists, pop artists, R&B artists, and Backstreet Boys was one of the groups that I liked. So they had the song called "Show Me the Meaning of Being Lonely." I don't know if I should sing it. I haven't sung in a while. Depreciation, right? But it went something like this. Show me the meaning of being lonely. Okay, all right. So there's this line in the song that goes, "How can it be you're asking me to show? No, how can it be you're asking me to feel the things you never show?" Hmm, deep, deep line. And contextually, it meant that the character in the song was having an issue with his significant or her significant other, depending on how you look at it. And the person is saying, "Look, I have been the one doing stuff, showing how much I care about you and all that. Um, and you're demanding this from me, but you don't show it yourself. You don't exhibit any form of love towards me, but you're demanding love from me. So it's like, how can it be you're asking me to feel the things you never show, right?" And that leads me really to the core topic. Excuse me, the core topic of today. I said, do it out of love. Do what out of love? It, whatever it is for you. It's whatever you're supposed to become, whatever that thing that is going to lead you to what you're supposed to become. It, when you're doing it, do it out of love. Now, why is this important? I wrote a book, targeted at entrepreneurs called Entrepreneur First Class, and I refer to this, in the opening pages of the book. And this is how I explained it. I said that um, as an entrepreneur, you're expecting some form of return. You want people to buy your products, to patronize your services, and all that. But people respond instinctively to love, right? So when you say that you love somebody else, you love your spouse, you love your kids, you love your parents, you love your best friends, you love, and all of that, how do you prove it? You prove it by doing some certain things. You prove it by spending time with them, sharing your gifts with them, right? Going out of your way to do stuff for them, not even necessarily wanting anything in return. That's how you show love, right? And what happens in business, what tends to happen in business is that a great deal of people have the bottom line mindsets. They're all about the numbers. They're all about the profits that they're going to make at the end of the month or at the end of the year, and that is their focus, right? So they are putting the business first rather than putting people first. If you put people first, your priorities would change. Your priorities would be on the customer. You'd want to make sure that your products and your services are the very best of what you're able to offer, because you want the customer to have quality, right? But if you're just focused on the numbers, you basically want to do things like cut corners and, what is the quickest way I can get this product to the market, and what is the most profitable way I can sell it, and all of that, right? So because your focus is on the bottom line, what you're going to get. But those who put entrepreneurs first focus on what they are going to give. And that's really love. But guess what? It is the people who are customer centric, the people who um, are dedicated to achieving the best for the customer that typically get the higher returns, not the business person, not the person with the strictly business mindset that is focused only on the bottom line. Of course, the bottom line is good because you need profits to run your business. But I'm saying that focus on the people first, because it is the people that would attract resources. When you make, and I heard this from one of my mentors, when you make people valuable, they will make you valuable. And I think that's such a great thing to bear in mind. You have something of value and you're serving it to people, but when you serve it in such a way that people just get blown away because they recognize that you've given them your best. And if you look at the vision statements or the mission statements or the objectives of most of the great companies that we have around us, like Apple, Google, and all of that, you'll typically see some form of reference. For instance, Google says that they want to provide the world's information in one click. Facebook says that they want to connect people all across the globe. Apple said they're in business to make sure that they create great products, and that's not going to change. So what is the central focus? They're all about the customer. They want to provide service to the customer. It's all about the customer first, not the bottom line, right? And because of the dedication to their work, they've been able to produce things that are excellence. And people relate to that instinctively because they know that truly this person went out of his way to create such a beautiful thing. And people respond to that. So whatever it is that you're called to do, music, dance, writing, speaking, writing, politics, government, make sure that your focus is serving out of love. Have a heart for people. Have the best. Do what you're doing with the mindset of giving your best to the people, serving your best to the people, because that is where you get the highest returns. Do it out of love. Okay.